All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're going to bridge the massive gap between 2026's absolute dream travel destinations and the actual on-the-ground legal reality of trying to work there remotely. Because if you've been scrolling through travel articles lately, you are probably getting fed a whole lot of half-truths. Well, we're going to clear all of that up right now. There's this beautifully romantic quote we pulled from the Travel Channel's Scenic Hunter. The journey isn't just about where you go, it's about why you go. And that perfectly captures the wanderlust of exploring vibrant cities and remote, breathtaking landscapes. It absolutely sells the dream. But it leaves out one crucial, very unromantic detail. And that detail is simply this. But can you legally work there? Honestly, we've got to ask this. Because the days of just logging into your laptop on a 60-day tourist visa and flying completely under the radar, yeah, those days are rapidly coming to an end. Governments around the world are finally catching up. So, here's our flight itinerary for today's explainer. We'll start with the 2026 travel dream, then we'll move through some specific case studies analyzing the rules in Colombia, Slovenia, Thailand, and Vietnam before hitting the ultimate global boss battle, taxes. Let's get started. Step 1. The 2026 Travel Dream. Setting the tone. Our sources paint these incredibly breathtaking pictures. We're talking Colombia's cultural renaissance and stunning Caribbean coasts, Slovenia's car-free river towns and fairy tale Alps, Thailand's bustling street food beneath golden spires, and Vietnam's emerald rice paddies. It all sounds amazing, right? But as an aspiring digital nomad, you literally have to look past the scenery and look directly at the paperwork. Moving on to Step 2, Colombia's income rules and the visa reality. The dream is Medellin's renaissance and that famously energizing Andean culture. And while those lush coffee regions and world-class museums are incredibly inviting, the digital nomad reality requires you to obtain a Type V visa. This limits your stay to a maximum of 180 days in a calendar year. And here's the kicker. It strictly prohibits any paid activity with local Colombian companies. Any income generated inside Colombia is completely unauthorized. You have to prove you're eligible for remote work. And to actually get that visa approved, you must prove a monthly income of about $750. Why that exact number? Well, it's precisely 3 times the Colombian minimum wage for 2026. You'll need proper bank statements showing consistent deposits from foreign sources to back all of this up, or your application is definitely getting delayed. All right. Section 3, Slovenia's Euro pathway, which is kind of Europe's best-kept secret. Brace yourself for some financial whiplash here. To access Slovenia's brand-new digital nomad pathway, which just launched, by the way, your required monthly income skyrockets to 3,098 euros. To put that into perspective, that is exactly twice the average Slovenian net salary. So it's a significantly higher hurdle. But hey, if you can actually clear that 3,000 euro hurdle, the reality is fantastic. Sure, the dream is Lake Blad and the Julian Alps, but the legal reality hands you a 1-year pass with full Schengen area access. Even better, it offers immediate family reunification with absolutely no waiting period, which is incredibly generous for European programs. Just keep in mind it takes about 30 to 60 days to process, and it is strictly non-renewable. You literally have to wait 6 whole months before applying again. Next up, Section 4, Thailand's shifting rules and the tourist crackdown. Everyone expects Thailand to be all about cheap, easy living among chaotic yet totally delightful Bangkok streets. Well, reality is serving up a harsh wake-up call. The Thai cabinet has officially revoked the 60-day visa-free scheme. The government is actively and aggressively cracking down on remote workers who are misusing tourist privileges for long-term stays. Here is exactly how this strategy is playing out. First off, that 60-day exemption? Gone. Second, tourists are now being squeezed into 30-day or even 15-day buckets depending on their passport. Third, the ultimate goal is to force long-term nomads into formal, much stricter visas like the Destination Thailand Visa or DTV. Basically, the era of endless border runs is effectively over if you want to stay legally compliant. Moving right along to Section 5, Vietnam's gray zone, where things are tolerated, but definitely not permitted. Forget the clickbait you've seen online. Here is the unvarnished truth. Vietnam simply does not have a digital nomad visa, period. Working from your laptop there on a tourist e-visa is essentially a tolerated legal gray zone. And listen, Getting caught overstaying your visa can carry fines reaching up to $1,519. So it's really all about risk management. Let's buzz some of those rumors circulating out there really quick. Myth number 1, the 5-year talent visa. That actually requires nomination by a Vietnamese institution. It's designed for top-tier scientists and executives, not everyday remote workers. Myth 2, the 10-year golden visa. Yeah, that's currently just a draft proposal on paper. The actual facts, most nomads just rely on a $50 90-day multiple entry e-visa, and to maintain it, you've got to budget roughly $200 to $400 for mandatory visa runs every 90 days to places like Phnom Penh or Bangkok.
And now, Section 6, the 18 3-day tax trap, the ultimate boss battle.
When you actually map out your financial and legal runway across Colombia, Slovenia, Thailand, and Vietnam, you can immediately see the massive variance in income requirements and maximum stays. But here is exactly why you need to pay very close attention to that maximum stay. Because no matter which country you pick, you're playing a very dangerous countdown game against one specific legal definition: tax resident. This literally means your extended physical presence in a country legally subjects your worldwide income to local taxation. That magic number, 183. Stay past that 183-day threshold in a place like Vietnam, even if you're just doing those tourist visa runs, and suddenly you owe their government progressive taxes ranging from 5 to 35% on your global income. It is a massive detail that most travel blogs conveniently skip right over, and it's exactly why you have to track your days meticulously. So, as you're packing your bags for that ultimate 2026 adventure, I want to leave you with this crucial question. Will your travel dream actually survive the tax and visa reality, or is it time to legally upgrade your itinerary? Don't just dream about the destination, actively plan for the reality. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope it gave you exactly what you need to navigate these rules, and I'll see you in the next one.